rise from here, especially starting tomorrow. So just keep that in mind. You have those outdoor plans. I know a lot of local pools are opening as we're inching closer to the Memorial Day holiday. And just make sure you're taking breaks inside the shade and or AC. So maybe you're planning on heading out to the Pasadena Strawberry Festival starting at 3 o'clock this afternoon. And boy, it's going to be warm and actually mostly clear at times, meaning if you're hanging out in the direct sunshine, it's important to make sure that you have your hat, sunglasses, and sunscreen handy. The good news is, as soon as the sun drops, temperatures are not going to be too bad. Yes, 80, but without the intense sunshine, you'll be feeling a bit of relief. Overall, though, we're continuing to monitor that southerly breeze coming from the Gulf. So we are warm and breezy. Keep that in mind if you're planning on heading out to Jeep Weekend on Bolivar Peninsula. But also, we're going to be seeing that humidity over the next few days. As for forecast highs, inland, we're talking mid to upper 80s. Probably not going to quite be reaching that 90-degree mark, because humidity is going to be a big factor, unlike really what we saw yesterday. 86 is a high in Galveston and 83 in Jamaica Beach. But here's a look at those feels like temps. Yes, in the widespread low 90s, but as we head into your Sunday, you can see those feels like temperatures are going to be creeping closer to the mid 90s. So just keep that in mind for those outdoor plans. As for any rain chances, yes, we could be seeing a few isolated showers late tonight, if not early Sunday. But what I'm looking at is weather energy across central Texas as we head into early next week. That's slowly but surely going to be making its way across southeast Texas. So our rain chances are going to be skyrocketing. We have this dry line which will be moving across the state, and that's what's bringing an increase in shower and thunderstorm activity. So starting at about 40% coverage come Tuesday, but by Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we're looking at 60 to 70% coverage, and that means afternoon highs will be back to the low 80s. But overall, we could be seeing anywhere from 2 to 4 inches in total through next week. And enjoy the sunshine and dry skies while you can, because next week, regardless of what we see the following weekend, next week is going to be a pretty rainy one, especially mid to end of the week. But you step outside and it's actually really nice out. Yes, temperatures are up from this time yesterday. We're hanging on to the low mid 70s, but we're not monitoring too much in the way of humidity yet. That will be coming, I can promise you. By lunchtime in Conroe, 84 degrees. Before, you guessed it, we're rising to the upper 80s, if not knocking on the door of 90. Folks who live in Pecan Grove can expect mostly cloudy skies to start, but then that sun is going to be out and shining later on this afternoon. So forecast highs are going to be above average. Yesterday we hit a high of 90, the day before 92. I think we're going to be probably just shy of both of those this afternoon. So highs across Harris County ranging anywhere from 87 Atascocita to Channelview and up to 91 degrees Katy into Jersey Village. So yes, it is going to be another toasty one. And take a look at conditions across the state. I mean, we could be hitting the triple digits in the Panhandle, 99 in Midland, Odessa, and then hanging on to the widespread 90s through Texas Hill Country and into North Texas. So all of us going to be getting in on the heat for now. That's all thanks to that breeze coming in from the Gulf, but we are monitoring a rise in rain chances, and pretty quickly I'll have more details on just how much rain we could be seeing over the next 7 days coming up in about 15 minutes. We always love something that we can do indoors to stay out of the intense heat. I know a lot of folks that are going to be heading down to Bolivar Peninsula for Jeep Weekend, and if you're heading out there early, you can expect us to be knocking on the door of the 80s just within the next few hours. Partly cloudy skies. The thing is, we are looking at what we call high rip current risks, but also beach hazards. So yes, the tides are going to be high. So if you can, just keep an eye on the water. And if you're planning on getting in the water to swim, which I did see online that I actually think Galveston water is pretty clear this weekend, make sure that it's near an open lifeguard stand. Then we have Houston Greek Week. We're going to be warm and breezy this afternoon. Planning on heading out to the Pasadena Strawberry Festival later on this afternoon. That heat will be on, but as soon as the sun goes down, temps are not going to be overall too bad. But I want to focus on the rain, because that's going to be the big story as we head into next week. Really low in rain chances this weekend, maybe a few isolated showers, a rumble of thunder or two tomorrow, but starting Monday and then through the middle and end of the week, those rain chances are only going to continue to rise. So you can see the potential for The light rain showers, let's say late tonight, early tomorrow morning. We do have some cloudy skies as we start your Sunday, but then it's going to be some weather activity that we're monitoring out in central Texas that will be making its way toward us here in southeast Texas. So starting on Monday, like I mentioned, about a 40% chance for rain, but especially as we head into your Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, that's when we're going to be seeing those rain totals really pick up. And right now, this is coming down from the Weather Prediction Center today through Friday. Widespread, about 1 to 3 inches of rain, but I wouldn't be surprised if some spots pick up a quick, let's say 4 to 4.5 inches. Again, that's going to be over the span of several days, but still, and with higher cloud cover, does come a bit of a drop in temperatures. We'll be back down to the low 80s by the end of next week. We hit 92 degrees 2 days ago, 90 degrees yesterday, and we're going to be pretty close to that mark later on today. Yes, those breezes continue, and we're actually looking at a high risk for rip currents, so please keep that in mind if you were planning on heading out to any of our Gulf-facing beaches. Humidity returns come Sunday, and then we do have a rainy and potentially stormy week ahead. Not saying it's going to be a washout every single minute of next week, but we're likely going to be seeing rain chances rise, especially as we head into the middle and later portion of the week. As for what we're seeing now, a rise in those winds out of the south-southeast. And what that's going to do is bring that warm and humid Gulf air overhead. And not just to us here in southeast Texas, but across most of the state. So no matter where you're heading or you have family or friends, let's say in hill country, they'll be feeling it too. But the sun's starting to rise and there's some clouds out there. Overall, not too bad. 73 as we speak with about 81% relative humidity. Some of us dipping into the 60s briefly, Brenham to Conroe, and then the closer to the coast that you get, the warmer those temps are. Overall, we're up anywhere from 1 to about 5 degrees from this time yesterday. So these temps will continue to rise later on today. League City up to about 84 degrees by 3 o'clock this afternoon. Overall, low-end rain chances through the weekend, so keep those outdoor plans, but stay hydrated. I'll have more details on just how much rain we could be seeing next week coming up in